Shalom. Giving all praises to Yahweh Bashim Hashai Bashim Makakwadash. And all blessings to the 144,000. May the Most High Yahweh Bashim Hashai watch over you. 144,000. And the rest of the elect out there. Shalom to you all. Anyway, I'm going to entitle this video, "This Doctrine Overthrew the Faith of Some." And what I'm talking about is recently IUIC, the leader of, not the leadership, the leader of IUIC came up with this hell doctrine, that there's actual hell. When you die, your spirit goes to hell, and that includes the other nations, Esau, and even Israelites. If you ain't keeping the laws, which that means everybody's going to hell, because nobody keeps the laws perfectly. Everybody's breaking the law. You ain't keeping a complete law. So anyway, this is some madness that was never taught in One West. I mean, it came up a couple of times by Yeshaya, or High Priest Yeshaya, which he's no longer in this fold. He's not on the highways and the byways. He's not doing any videos on YouTube. He's not teaching nobody. You know, he's not doing, now you can't, now if you got family members and you teach them a couple of scriptures, that don't cut it. Like it said in Revelation 10, last couple of verses, if not the last verse, where it says that John will prophesy again before many nations, kings, tongues, kindreds, and so forth. And no scholar knows, not one scholar knows what that really means. They'll give you their educated guess, but the correct meaning of what Revelation 10 would be, he's going to come back in another body, in another life, reincarnation. And this is profane and vain babblings. You know, this hell doctrine that the leader of the IUIC pulled out of his hat, his bag of tricks. There's no such thing as hell. That's a Roman Catholic doctrine right there, which they got from the Greeks. And that even goes back further to Babylonians. There's certain documents that during the time of Cush and other kingdoms, they taught that if you ain't right with the ruler, the king, that when you die, you're going to burn in hell. So that's not, even in Roman Empire, they said if you talk bad about the Caesar, when you die, you're going to burn in hell. So the Roman Empire of 2,000 years ago was not just a political, physical kingdom. It was a religious, there was a religion involved in that, because the Caesar was likened unto a god. So, like I said, you had many different, you go into the history, you go to Google, go into history of hell and where did hell come from. You keep putting in certain topics, and there's certain books and certain individuals that say, well, hell, you know, was made up to scare people. So now I don't know if the Bishop Nathaniel has been paid to teach that nonsense, you know, or he just came up with it on his own. I don't know. You got to ask him. And then whatever answer he gives you, you got to wonder whether he's telling you the truth or not. But the hell doctrine is clearly wrong. And if there was a hell, you would actually go to hell for teaching the hell doctrine. But there's no hell, so you're not going to go to hell. Anyway, I'm going to read this scripture, and then I'm going to go to this video that I just started watching it, that the Apostle Cabal put up. You'll see it in a minute. And it's a poison. It's a cancer. It's a cancer. Because you got the young flyers teaching that nonsense, which the young flyers started watching the videos, watching us, because one of the guys mentioned my name and mentioned GMS. So they're doing their own thing. So the Most High is not dealing with the young flyers. Truth be told, the Most High is not dealing with the IUIC because they don't have no real foundation. If you had a real foundation, you wouldn't be teaching no nonsense about an eternal hell. Like I said, that's a Roman Catholic doctrine. So it says 2 Timothy 2 verse 16, but shun profane and vain babblings, for they will increase unto more unpowerliness, lead you further away from the Most High. And their word will eat as doeth a canker, of whom is Hymenaeus and Philetus. And then you had Hymenaeus, Alexander the coppersmith. You had guys that were against the Apostle Paul. And Apostle Paul called Satan on him. It says, and their word will eat as doeth a canker, of whom is Hymenaeus and Philetus, who concerning the truth hath erred, saying that the resurrection is past already, and overthrew the faith of some. So the topic is overthrew the faith of some. The hell doctrine is vain babblings. It's nothing but vain babblings. And we're going to pull out some words. Okay, shun. Let's look up the word shun. See, when Bishop nated IUIC back in 2016, October, November, he went into the new moon as the full moon. Y'all didn't budge. Maybe 3 or 4 of y'all left. And then you wound up falling out the truth any damn way. But the rest, the majority of y'all, the mass majority who said we with it. If he never taught that and he kept it the way it was, you would defend the way it's supposed to be. So a lot of you guys are weak in the faith and you're weak-minded and the Spirit's not working with you. See, we know when the niggas going off. That's a topic for anybody that, want to take it. We know when the niggas going off. There was a video I was watching, part of it, that was put up by Elder Manat Zakba, concerning this guy, this charlatan, what the hell is his name? He did the video from Hebrews to Negroes. They're really supposed to be from Negroes to Hebrews. And there's many families of the Hebrews. So, you can watch that video as well. Ron Dalton. By the way, he doesn't even got a Hebrew name. What kind of Israelite got a slave master's name? Now, you can keep your name when you're doing business, but you got to have a Hebrew name. It says shun, meaning to avoid, stand by, stand around about, meaning, check that guy. Keep your eyes on that dude. Keep the scope on him. To place around one, to stand around, turn oneself about for the purpose of avoiding something. To avoid, shun. So somebody goes off, he's a teacher, he's an Israelite, and he teaches, let's say he teaches Edomites can make it. You got to get away from that guy. Okay, it says profane. Let's look at the word profane. It's in the Greek. Babylos. Accessible, lawful to be trodden, of place, profane. Profane means outside the temple, something that's not holy. Unhallowed or unholy, common, public place of men, unpowerly, ungodly. So it's not of the Most High. The hell doctrine is definitely not of the Most High. So let's deal with vain Babylons. Empty discussion of vain and useless matters. In other words, God talking out the side of his mouth. You're teaching about a hell doctrine, that's talking out the side of your damn mouth. And their word will eat as doeth a canker, of whom is Hymenaeus and Philetus. Look up the word canker. Oh wow, I didn't know this. Let me let you hear it.
Strong's G, 1044, Gagrina. Gagrina.
Which is gangrene. Gangrene is a cancer. Gangrena. Gangrene. Gangrene, a disease that which any part of the body suffering from inflammation becomes so corrupted that unless a remedy be seasonably applied as the herbs, the evil meaning bad times, spread. Canker, did we say cancer? What does a cancer do? It spreads. So canker means cancer. It spreads, attacks other parts, and at last eats away the bones. That's why it says if your right hand could offend you, cut it off. It says a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump. Hey, when Comfy, the so-called God-sent comforter, came on the scene, it was all downhill. He teaching a Roman Catholic, and he got worse and worse and worse. Then he said he was Mary never had sex with Joseph. She never had any children. There was a virgin birth and all that. And teaching a whole lot of madness. Oh, he was teaching that there's an actual hell, Apollyon in Revelation, the 9th chapter. is actually Hellboy. He didn't say Hellboy, but he was describing Hellboy. So when you die, the first thing you see is the door opens and Apollyon punches you in the face and says, "Welcome to hell." But you had niggas still staying around. So guess what? Fuck them niggas, man. That's another topic. And this proves I'm not the Apostle Paul, because Apostle Paul said in Romans 9 that he wished he could take on the curse for all of Israel. I ain't doing that. My attitude is fuck these niggas. Fuck the 2/3. Paul wanted to die for the 2. I ain't dying for no good 2/3. Fuck them niggas. So Bishop makes it. Hey, he did the thing with the new moon being the full moon, and them they'll defend it, you know, till they can't defend it no more. So this is a cancer. This is a poison. Like Yeshaya said, he's talking. This poison that's been swept up under the rug for I don't know how. He was the poison. Yeshaya was the poison. That's why Yeshaya's not here no more. That's why Comfy's in the spiritual realm. And the Tazedakah is not going to burn in hell. He's coming back in the kingdom as a newborn baby. And we're going to love him this time. Who concerning the truth have erred, made an error, saying that the resurrection is past already and overthrew the faith of some of them. Some, meaning what? Hymenaeus and Philetus, they were teaching this, you know, they erred in doctrine, and there was people that followed these guys. Just like Bishop Nathaniel with the hell doctrine, with the new moon doctrine. You got people blindly following this guy. And not just the IUIC, but any camp. I mentioned Ron Dalton. The Most High's not dealing with Ron Dalton. He came into this thing, this Israel thing. I think he was a Pentecostal. And he came into this thing back in 2011. That's what he said. So I'm pretty sure he watched some of our videos. We had been on YouTube and all that. So we've been on YouTube 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 for 4 years when he just got into it. Yeah, he doesn't. All he knows is he's an Israelite. He doesn't know what tribe he is. He don't know what's going on. He just knows he's an Israelite. He's not one of the prophets. Let's put it to you that way. So now, let me do this here. Where am I? Not going to make this long. So there's a video. So what is meant by everlasting fire, everlasting punishment? Matthew 25, 41 and 46. So you can read from 41 to 46. But the two verses that I want to focus on is the 41st verse and the 46th verse, which I'm going to read. It said, "Then shall he say unto them on the left hand, Depart from me, ye cursed, into everlasting fire, prepared for the devil and his angels." 46th verse, "And there shall and these shall go away into everlasting punishment, but the righteous into everlasting into life eternal." So this individual asked a question, a comment. He got a nice long name. I don't know what he's down with. It says, now I don't know if this brother is one of us that just kind of trying to get more of an understanding, you know. It says, can you do a breakdown on these scriptures? Well, I'm dealing with the one scripture. Please, Matthew 25, 41 and 46. "Then shall he say also unto them on the left hand depart from me, ye cursed, into everlasting fire, prepared for the devil and his angels. Now that everlasting fire is referring to the destruction of Babylon being destroyed. You know, a lot of those Israelites that were back there 2,000 years plus ago in Jerusalem, in Galilee, Nazareth, when the disciples came to any of them and they rejected the word, and the Lord said, shake the dust on your feet. In that city or that town, it said it would be more tolerable than for Sodom and Gomorrah than for that city or that town. How was Sodom and Gomorrah? Those are the two major cities of 5 cities. How was Sodom and Gomorrah done away with? By fire and brimstone from heaven, from the Most High. So these people that came against the apostles and Yahushua, they're right here now in America, getting ready to eat a missile. That's what it's talking about. It says the everlasting fire is talking about the lake of fire, which is Babylon the Great. See this, these dumbass monkey-minded politicians, guys like Biden and Trump talking about he's gonna make America great. Yeah, he is gonna make America great again. He's gonna give it a great end. It's gonna be a great end. The Most High gonna light up your life. And see, we see this like Ariel would say, we see this thing crystal clear. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. Babylon the Great will be utterly consumed by fire. And that's what this is talking about. And why we got it? This is really a basic lesson. This is a basic lesson, man. But I read the precept and come back to it. And overthrew the faith of some. So that's what Tazadakia did, the so-called God-sent comforter. He overthrew the faith of many. And they still them dummies are still going to that church thinking that he going to rise up from the dead. And he going to come back. So these are weak. See, I ain't falling for that bullshit. You can't pull the wool over my eyes, nigga. Because if I was with them, I would have been left. We walked in the spirit. As Manat Elder Apostle Manat Isaac would say, we roll in the spit. The spit. So, you got a lot of people that blindly follow. They'll look at a guy, he's a leader. And Matthew 24 tell you that. False messiahs, false prophet that would lead away many. I mean, the scriptures are all there, but you got people that'll look at a guy, oh, I like the garment that he got on. Whatever that nigga said, I'm going to follow him. I'm going to follow him. And see, Bishop Nathaniel is on a power seat because he got all those blind people following him. And there's only one leader, as I said. I said that plenty of times. I say it anytime I get ready to say it. There ain't no leadership in the IUIC. That's another topic. There ain't no leadership in the IUIC. There's only a leader. Like Han from Enter the Dragon. Ain't nobody bucked up against Han. He was a leader and the rest of them were followers, man, including Bolo. So I don't got to go into what the word fire means and everlasting. What Yahushua is talking about, let me come back to it. Wait a minute. Main verse is the 41st verse. Then shall he say also unto them on the left hand, Depart from me, ye cursed, into everlasting fire, prepared for the devil and his angels. Now the devil and his angels, what precept should come to mind? I'm not even going to say it. What precept and his angels? I just gave you the answer. What is that talking about? What does it mean by the devil and his angels? There's a precept should come to your mind. I'll give you a hint. It's in the New Testament. And like I said, if you go to the word fire, the word there is Greek for pour, which means is Greek for fire. Everlasting just means everlasting. Let me go to everlasting. Let me show you something about everlasting. Everlasting.
Strong's G 166, Ionios. Ionios.
Ionios. That's where you get the word eon. Let me click on that. Eon.
Strong's G 165, Ion. Ion.
Right. Eon. Eonius. This is what it means. Watch it. Without beginning and end. Meaning, if you were going to burn in everlasting fire, you would have been in everlasting fire already. Eonian represent what? Let me let you hear it again.
Strong's G 166, Ionios. Ionios.
As opposed to Ion, which means like the Roman Empire is the world coming to an end. What shall be the sign of thy coming and an end of the world? What was that? Matthew 3. Matthew 24 and 3. The word world there that the disciples said is from the Greek word ion, which means rulership. The Romans had a time to rule, and their time was going to come to an end. This word right here.
Strong's G 166, Ionios. Ionios.
It means from everlasting to everlasting. Everlasting to everlasting meaning Alpha and Omega, the Ah and the Tha, the beginning and the end. So you would be burning in hell already. If you were sentenced to go to hell, you would already have been in hell. But really what it means is, when Yahushua said everlasting, it meant Babylon being on fire. Babylon the Great being on fire. It's not talking about the whole planet Earth. It's not talking about the core of the earth. And it's not talking about a spiritual hell. That's vain babblings. It says what? Without beginning and end, that which was, which always has been, past tense, and always will be from eternity to eternity. Without beginning. So if you was sentenced to be burned in hell forever, you would already be in hell. So how does that make sense? Without end, never to cease, everlasting. Because it's going to seem like forever that place is going to be on fire. It says 7 months, 7 years. It says until the fire, because the fire is going to have to burn out by itself. So it could be a number of years before the fire goes out. It took months before the fire to go out down at the World Trade Center. And we went down there. We rode right past it 2 weeks after it happened. There was smoke billowing. You had a whole bunch of people down there praying for the souls. You know the pictures You see the World Trade Center, but it looked like let me see. I'm not going to show you any pictures of it, but that metal that looked like kind of like a palm tree. Well, we got that. We saw that. We actually saw that. You see the documentaries on it, the film, the pictures, the images. We actually saw it. We actually saw it. Cause for 2 weeks they ain't let nobody down there. Like you couldn't drive down there. And then 2 weeks in, we drove down there. So, you want to continue to follow this madness and follow these madmen, you go right ahead. Because you might eat one of them missiles. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.